I'm taking Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving as rookies and putting them into the 1984 draft. Both are starting with a 65-3 and have to race to 3,000 career-made threes. To help them along, I have 5 challenges they can compete. Highest 3-point percentage, total threes made during the season, total team wins, playoff series won, and if they win a championship or not. Whoever wins one of these challenges gets a chance at an insane boost from this board, but also an additional plus 50 to their made threes total. But not every boost is going to help their shooting. First 3,000 career threes starts now. Draft starts crazy with the Bulls getting the #1 overall pick, and MJ's on the table. But first up, going #1 to the Bulls is Charles Barkley. Hakeem would go second to the Trailblazers. MJ falls to the Bullets at 3, and our man Steph is going 4th to the Kings, joining Eddie Johnson, Larry Drew, and Reggie Theus, while Kyrie's landing spot is a wild one. Back-to-back picks are up for the Clippers, and with their 5th overall selection, they're snagging John Stockton. Gotta think that doesn't mean Kyrie at 6, or the Clippers are picking up back-to-back point guards. Why though? In the race to 3,000 threes for Kyrie and Steph, you have to think Kyrie having the all-time leader in assists setting him up for shots, it's a pretty good sign for him. Curry starts his rookie season high, averaging 19 points and 5 assists on 37% from 3 despite the 65-3, and Kyrie on the Clippers would average 17 points and 3 assists on an insane 18% from 3, but a different rookie would actually have the spotlight. MJ, though, would come home with Rookie of the Year on the Bullets. Steph and the Kings couldn't make the playoffs, but Kyrie and the Clippers made the 7th seed, but they did lose to Karl Malone and the Jazz, leading to Moses and the 76ers winning it all. But what about the threes total? In Season 1, Steph shot 37% from 3 compared to Kyrie's 18. Kyrie only hit 9 threes on that 18% compared to Curry's 69 made threes. Kyrie, though, won 36 games compared to Steph's 31, and because he at least made the playoffs, he gets the playoff series boot, and neither of them won a chip. After the first season, Steph leads with 169 threes compared to Kyrie's 109. Kyrie gains plus 10 to his 3 and plus 50 to his mid-range, and Steph gets a plus 5 3 and Hall of Fame Agent 3s, blinders, as well as Deadeye. The Kings luck into the first pick in the 85 draft, and with the first overall pick, the Kings take Patrick Ewing. Steph and Ewing have to make winning for the Kings pretty easy, right? The Clippers with the 9th pick select Xavier McDaniel, who would perfectly complement the guard duo. Now in Season 2, Kyrie's boost of shooting would see him improve averages to 20 points per game score with 5 assists on 33% from 3, but only 23 made threes, which would look pitiful compared to Steph's 22 points and 7 assists on an insane 44% from 3 and 72 total made threes. And yes, his 3 is still a 70. The Clippers would miss the playoffs with a record of 34-48 as the 9th seed, and the Kings would be 1 spot behind them with a record of 33-49. But that's not the important race. We are here for the threes, where Steph again takes home the boost for 3-point percentage and threes made, while Kyrie takes team wins, but no playoffs for either. The threes total after Season 2 is a good lead now for Steph with 341 and Kyrie lagging behind with only 182, but there's still plenty of time to go. Kyrie heads into Season 3 with a plus 40 to his steal, which won't help with his shooting, but like I said, not all the boosts are going to be for shooting. Curry would also get a boost in defense with plus 30 perimeter and Hall of Fame rebound chaser, and the NBA is starting to shake up a bit. Magic's an MVP, but he's on the Bullets with MJ. And our 2 stars, Kyrie and Steph, are facing off in the first round, where the Kings would be no match for the Clippers, who get up 2-1. And there it is. Steph is sadly getting eliminated by Kyrie and John Stockton, who are just too much of a duo. Kyrie and the Clippers, using the momentum from beating Steph, would crush Hakeem and the Trailblazers 4-1, and would see the Mavericks in the conference finals, where, and it's a tradition now at this point, Kyrie's up 3-1 again. Now, the Mavs would fight back and win Game 5, because Aguirre had 45-10. But the Clippers would bounce back and take their spot in the finals, but there is something wrong. The problem for Kyrie, he's not attempting a lot of threes, which is tough. And his last matchup is going to be Norm Nixon, Sidney Moncrief, and Marquise Johnson, and the Milwaukee Bucks in the finals. Kyrie and Stockton would dominate and see themselves up 3-0, but alright, looks like Kyrie can clean it up in a 4-0 sweep as they got dominated this game. And look at that, Kyrie, Irving, and the Clippers. Huge lead at the end of the game. And there it is. It looks like John Stockton is actually going to be the finals MVP for this, but it doesn't matter. This is the new dynamic duo in the NBA. Now, when it comes to the race, Steph would crush it in threes made, hitting 99 to Kyrie's 45. But Kyrie's percentage and team success win him 4 of the 5 possible challenges. At the end of the third season, Steph still hangs on to a lead with 493s, but Kyrie is hot on his trail with 427. You gotta think he could take the lead next season. Heading into season 4, Kyrie gets a 1-tier boost for every shooting badge, a nice plus 15 to his speed, while Steph gets an unreal upgrade. And Steph gets 1 boost from this entire board, and we'll go right in the middle, number 25, which is 99 dunking. I'm sure that'll help him hit a lot more threes. But it means Steph now is throwing posters on the regular. Season 4 would finally reward a player that I'm surprised took this long. We finally have a different MVP. It's Michael Jordan, who has 30 points per game and shooting 61% from the field, but my god is he breaking some threes. But focusing on our guys, Curry would take another lead, averaging 25 and 9 on 35% from 3, while Kyrie was averaging 24 and 7 on 43% from 3 in his 4th season. And again, they will be opponents in the playoffs, but this time in the second round, where again, Kyrie would have the better team going up 3-1. Wow, what a last 2 quarters. Curry is out of the playoffs again. After stomping Steph, the Clippers again beat the Mavs in the conference finals, but this time seeing and beating Magic and MJ on the Bullets in the finals for back-to-back championships. Which means Kyrie is checking off almost all the challenges, but would still be 1 short of a full sweep on Steph, winning in all but total made threes. And when we look at the race, Kyrie is finally taking a lead with 677 threes to Steph's 609. And this would start a trend for the next 3 seasons. Kyrie and the Clippers again make it to the finals, while Steph was losing in 5 in the first round. But it wouldn't be all bad, as it wouldn't be the only disappointment, as up over here, the Washington Bullets, with the best record in the NBA, Magic and MJ, lost to the Charlotte Hornets. In the finals, Kyrie would again find himself up 3-0, and with a chance to sweep on the line, Stockton would nail 2 game-ending free throws, leading the Clippers to a 3rd straight NBA championship in a season where Kyrie averaged 27 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists on 48% from 3, after getting a boost to a 99-3 in the offseason, while Steph had 28 points, 2 rebounds, and 9 assists on 46% from 3, after getting a 1-tier boost for every shooting badge. But again, Kyrie wins every challenge but total threes made on the season, and now Kyrie leads the race with 945 threes to Steph's 765. Kyrie will easily pass 1,000 in Season 6. During Season 6, again the trend continues, with Steph disappointing in the first round and Kyrie making the NBA Finals, beating the Trailblazers, Seattle, and Mavericks to do so. And their finals matchup is looking familiar. Clippers matchup is going to be the Bucks in the finals, and the familiarity would continue with a 3-0 lead for the Clippers. It looks like it could be the second time the Clippers beat the Bucks in the finals, and the 4th championship for the Clippers. And at this point, it's getting annoying to see, and Kyrie is really coming into his own. And looking at the race, Kyrie takes a clean sweep in the challenges and a commanding lead in threes. Come on, Steph, we need to see some life here. Steph would go into his 7th season with no boost, while Kyrie would get max athleticism and half rebound chaser. Despite the lack of boost, Steph would keep up with 27 points and 8 rebounds, shooting 43% from deep. But the Kings would finish 9th and miss the playoffs, and he wouldn't be the only one failing expectations, because the Clippers would be looking to one-up Steph. And wow, would you look at this? They get swept in the second round to Seattle with Maurice Cheeks, Gus Williams, Kenny Walker, Karl Malone, and Ralph Sampson. Yep, that's why, Ralph Sampson. But it's the end of an era. Kyrie would still come out ahead in the challenges, only dropping total threes made to Steph, but sadly doesn't get the championship boost, and Kyrie now extends his total made threes lead to 500, leading Steph 1,531 to 1,014 threes made. Kyrie would head into Season 8 with the lead in the race and a plus 25 boost to his playmaking, while Steph would improve his 3 to a 90, and both guys would lock in and focus on winning games, which Steph kind of needed, to be honest. But again, if you look at the team standings, the Clippers 2nd in the West, and the Kings still 4th, but it's a better season. The playoffs, though, would be terrible for Steph and the Kings, as they lose in the first round, and it's kind of becoming a tradition. And the Clippers make their conference finals, but MVP David Robinson send them home easily in 5, and funnily enough, without Kyrie in the finals. And there we go, again, another team that Kyrie kept beating on finally wins once he's gone, and Derek McKee is finals MVP, 50% from 3. Season 8 would finally be the first season since Season 2, with Steph taking 3-point percentage and total made threes, and Kyrie taking both team success challenges, but Steph still trails in the race, 1,286 to 1,631. Steph needs to step it up to make this a closer challenge. Steph has been struggling, but the big board is looking to bless him, and Steph's not really in need of him, but 37. Finally, this is what I was hoping for, the all-time playmakers wheel to help out Steph. Let's see what that is. The all-time playmakers wheel is a wheel of all-time playmakers. Obviously, it has 15 of the best playmakers of all time, just randomly assorted on the list. This person will be added to Steph's team with a 0-shot tendency and a 100 dish to open man tendency, hopefully helping Steph get up a bunch more threes. So let's spin it and see who Steph's adding to his team. I wanted it to be LeBron, but it's gonna be Mark Price, who's currently in the league, but we'll see how to work it. While Kyrie loses 5 to his 3-point rating, the addition of Mark Price would turn the Kings from James Harden in the playoffs to the #1 overall seed in the NBA, and an MVP for Steph, who is averaging 36 points, 2 rebounds, and 10 assists per game on 48% from 3 for the Kings, while Kyrie was dropping 29 points and 8 assists a night on 44% from 3 for the Clippers, and the roles would completely swap. Kyrie and the Clippers would lose 3-2 to San Antonio in the first round, while Steph and the Kings would beat the Rockets in 3, Spurs in 5, and Suns in 5, making it to their first NBA Finals. What is happening? Their matchup in the finals are the Pistons, led by 6-time Defensive Player of the Year Hakeem, meaning we have one hell of a matchup down low with Ewing taking on Hakeem, but sadly for Steph, he would go down 3-1 and then get slapped up in Game 5, meaning the Pistons are NBA champions and Hakeem is now Finals MVP. Now, if we ignore Steph's failure in the playoffs, history is being made with the challenges, with Steph finally winning in them, taking 3-point percentage, threes made, team wins, and playoff wins, and now that massive lead from Kyrie is getting cut to less than 100, and next season, we could see the first player to pass 2,000 total made threes. Kyrie is heading into Season 10 empty-handed, and Steph, while losing 20 to his 3, gains every shooting badge Hall of Fame, but he's decided he's done with the Kings and is now heading to the Boston Celtics. He's joining Larry Johnson and Kenny Smith. Curry headed to Boston, wanted to stop him from dominating the NBA, as he now has back-to-back MVP, 33 points, shooting 45% from 3 and 98% from the free throw. This guy's a god. And Kyrie would just barely be behind him with 28 points and 8 assists a night, and scorching the net with 46% from deep. And for the first time ever, both would make the conference finals, but in opposite conferences. But traditions would be coming in strong. Kyrie would make it to the finals, while Curry, well, he's going back to his couch. No! Oh, the Celtics made it through! Oh, the Celtics. The Bobcats, though, would prove to be the tougher competition for the Clippers, pushing them to their first ever Game 7. Okay, Game 7's underway, and there we go. The Clippers are taking a commanding lead. That makes me feel a lot better. 5 championships for Kyrie and 3 challenges out of 5 completed for the season, but when it comes to the threes race, he now only narrowly holds a lead over Steph, being the first to hit not only 1,000, but now 2,000 total threes made. But Steph is just around the corner. No boost for season 11, but it wouldn't even matter to Steph. Steph is a 3-beating MVP, 46% from 3, 36 points a game. I mean, the guy's insane. And for the first time since his first season, the Los Angeles Clippers went 35-47. They missed the playoffs completely. Even without Kyrie in the playoffs, Steph and the Celtics, damn. They miss out on it right there. And it looks like Steph is again not going to be getting an NBA championship. We have Michael Jordan, the Heat, taking on Scottie Pippen and the Rockets, which is crazy. And it looks like Jordan's getting a lead. Pippen's coming back. Jordan. Oh, Game 7 between the two, and Jordan is going to end up taking it. The first time we've seen MJ get a ring, an all-around threat, 96 overall. Finally happened. When it comes to our race, though, history is being made. Steph would nearly finish a clean sweep, only missing a ring, and for the first time since Season 3, would take the lead in total threes made on Kyrie with 2,404 to Kyrie's pitiful 2,207. Another offseason with no boost, and it's leading to some crazy feats. David Robinson sneaking back 59% from 3 for D-Rob. What is going on? Kyrie misses the playoffs again, while Steph is hardly a 4 seed, but somehow the Celtics would take down the #1 team in the NBA, the 76ers, and face the Rockets in the finals. Steph has been to the finals before, but his record in the playoffs isn't great. Please, Steph, let's get it done. The Celtics, led by Steph, would race to a 3-2 lead, and Game 6 would be close. But the Celtics have taken a lead at the very end, and they're up 5. All right, Barros with his free throw. His first one is good, and I'm just kind of messing with Steph. If Barros hits this one, I think it's good. What are they doing? And with that miss, oh, Scottie gets the board. He's going to run up for another 3. It's not going to matter. Steph Curry finally has his first NBA championship. I knew it finally happened, or would happen eventually, but it just feels good after watching Kyrie win 5. And there we go. The celebrations are in for Boston. as the boys are getting their first trophy. Looks like they're giving this one to Larry Johnson, possible MVP snub for Curry. Steph now is finally an NBA champion, and he's feeling really good, completing only the second and his first clean sweep of the challenges. And now Steph is only 184 threes from winning it all. Kyrie may be all out of luck here. Now, Steph has been on a tear, so I'm going to sim until after the All-Star break, and we're going to see where he is after that. All right, we have simmed all the way to March 14th, a game where Steph decided to drop 25, 6, 7, and 5, 2 of 7 from 3. But if we remember, he had 2,816 before it. Now, Steph on another tear, 32 points per game, 46% from 3. He is at 177 threes. If we take the 2,186 that he had and add 177, he's at 2,993 threes. He is 7 away from the record. That means this game, or this game versus the Clippers at Kyrie, is it. And the perfect ending would happen, as after hitting 2 threes against the Heat, Steph is 5 threes from winning, and his tear would just be getting started as. Curry is 4 of 4 from 3 so far. He has 1 more 3, and he breaks it against Kyrie and the Clippers. This could be the perfect way to do it. Oh, Steph wins the jump ball. He only got 5 seconds. Steph's running a route. He's got 3. No, Van Exel whiffs the pass. Oh, no. This is torture. All right, we got the board, and I have had enough. We are switching it to it. We are going. We are giving it to Steph. Oh, Kyrie was on us for a little bit. Boom. Boom. I want to see you, John Stockton. Yeah, have Kyrie in me, too. Boom. There it is. Step back, Steph. Yes, 3,000 threes for Steph Curry. He's done it. Curry may have started out struggling, but he eventually won, hitting 3,000 total threes. But what if the 2 greatest of all time competed to be the first to win 6 NBA championships? Watch LeBron and MJ race to 6 rings here.